Um, Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Let's just wait for others to join. Since now we only have one view. If you can hear me, please type yes. Type yes on the comment section. If you can hear me, simply type yes on the comment section. So I'm actually waiting for others to join so we can continue we can commence the webinar. So if you are just joining us, invite your loved ones, share the link to your friends so they can join us. We are about to start. Share the link to your friends so to inform them that we're about to start. We don't have much time to waste. In less than 1 hour, we'll be through with what we are doing. Yes. No. If you can hear me, please type yes on the comment section. All right. Good evening, everyone. As we all know, my name is Comrade Yobo Sasume, the Treasurer, National Association of Life Science Students, University of Minnesota chapter. Okay. The guest speaker is here. Okay. Add to the stream. All right. Please share the link. Share the link to your friends. Share the link to your friends. All right. I can see the comments here. If you are just joining us, please try and share the link to your friends so they can join us. We are about to start. All right. As you all know, my name is Comrade Yobo Sasume, the Treasurer, National Association of Life Science Students, University of Benin, chapter 2021-2022 academic section. So I just want to thank you all for joining us, and I just want to thank you on behalf of the Regenerate ESCOs led by our able governor, Comrade Possible Ebereshi. And if you're just joining us, please try and share the link. Inform your friends that we are starting now. Inform your friends, and get your pen and your paper ready. All right, while we are waiting for others to join us, the topic we'll be discussing today, our facilitator will be discussing with us is financial management, how we can be able to manage our finances, how we can be able to build our financial management skills. I know one would like to ask um, why this topic, like why is the reason for this? Why is this topic coming up now? You will agree with me that the importance of finance in a man's life cannot be overemphasized. As it stands right now, if you ask an average Nigerian what he or she means, or rather what he or she wants, the answer you will get is that oh, I need money. I just want to be financially free. I just want to have this financial freedom. I just want to be financially stable. I just want to get to that point whereby uh, I won't be in wants. So these are most of the answers you will get. Meanwhile, there are some of us who are there are some of us who are there are some of us who are young entrepreneurs. Most of us are big business owners. Some of us are small business owners. Some of us are investors. Some of us render services to earn money. You will agree with me that one thing is to know how to make money, another thing is to know how to keep money, which is very, very important. And also considering the economy of this country today, you will agree with me that it is not friendly. It is evident to the blind and to the deaf that the economic situation of this country today is not friendly at all. So so these are the reasons why we are having this program. so as to enlighten the students, because this is an opportunity for every student, for every young entrepreneurs out there to because this design is designed to educate, to enlighten them on how they can. It will give them the advantage, to give you the advantage of taking or facing financial challenges, making wise financial decisions. This webinar will help you on how to sustain and grow profitable and successful businesses. So sit back, relax. We are still waiting for others to join us because the number of views we have here is still very, very low. Please just try and share the link. Share the link to your friends. Share the link to your friends. I know some persons are still probably still in class. I don't know if it's because of the weather. Just share the link to your friends. Tell them we are starting now because I'm just trying to delay this so before the guest speaker will come up. So we are still trying to wait for others. Please share the link to your friends. Share the link to your friends. We'll get up to like 10. We can get up to like 10 views, then we can start properly. I really don't want to minimize this thing right now. This 5:07. By the time it is 5:0, it's 10. By the time it's 10 minutes after 5, we'll start properly. So we can't afford to wait for the rest. So they can watch the broadcast after this. So Ma, can you hear me? We are still waiting for others to join. Please try and share the link to your friends. This 3. If you are just joining us, please try and share the link. Share the link to others. We don't have much time to waste. If you can hear me, please just type yes, so I will know that you are following me. Okay, it's 10 minutes after 5. We don't have much time to waste. I will just please, if you have any question, just type it on the comment section while the teaching is going on. By the end of the teaching, the facilitator will look after the question, will answer your question respectively. As regards the airtime giveaway will be going on simultaneously while the teaching is going on. So just stay tuned. Don't leave the live broadcast. Stay tuned with us. Right now, I will be introducing our facilitator for today, and I will be going through our qualifications so our facilitator and the kind of person that is about to speak to you right now. I'm still waiting for others to join. I don't know if it's network problem or don't want to minimize this thing now and go to my WhatsApp. mm, I'm trying to wait for them to join us right now. I really don't want to minimize this thing right now. If I minimize this thing, it will go off. Ma, can you hear me? Hello? So we don't have much time to waste. So I will just go straight to um, introducing our facilitator. Um, the name of our facilitator is Mrs. Oluwatoyin Olabisi Adeshola. Mrs. Oluwatoyin Olabisi Adeshola uh, has had various board appointments as a member, governing board, National Board for Technology Incubation, Ministry of Science and Technology, Abuja, Nigeria. She is also the executive director, Right Way Empowerment Initiative Microfinance Institution. Other appointments include chairman, committee on the verification of federal government capital, projects executed by MBTI in Kwara State, member establishment committee MBTI, member presidential campaign committee Osun State, member presidential campaign committee Osun State, member matron Nigeria for Bola Ahmed Tinubu. She has had various educational institutions and academic qualifications across Nigeria, which include BSc Accounting First Class Honors, Redeemers University, Ede Osun, MBA Executive Financial Management, Ladoke Akintola University of Technology, Ogbomoso, Oyo State, Master in Managerial Psychology, MPP, University of Ibadan, Ibadan, Oyo State, Higher National Diploma, HND Accountancy, the Polytechnic Ibadan, Ibadan, Oyo State. She also belongs to she's also a member of different professional bodies across Nigeria and in UK, which includes Fellow National Institute of Marketing of Nigeria, Chartered, Fellow Institute of Entrepreneurs, Nigeria, Fellow Institute of Management Specialists, UK, member Nigeria Institute of Management, Chartered, Fellow Chartered Institute of Customer Relationship Management, Associate Institute of Cost Management of Nigeria. She has also had awards of recognition of excellent performance in deposit mobilization, October 2008, Wema Bank PLC. She has had various work experiences and responsibilities, which include Right to Empowerment Initiative, Microfinance Institution as an executive director. She also had she has also had work experience and responsibility in Wema Bank PLC as business development manager. Time will not permit me to read all the responsibilities because there are so much here. And she has also had the head of operations. Other duties and responsibility include customer service team lead, head of accounts and admin, head of tellers, customer service officer, and tellering. She has attended different conferences and seminars, training, and works across Nigeria and abroad. So, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished um, students of life science. Join me as I welcome Mrs. Oluwatoyin Olabisi Adeshola. So, ma, you have the floor, ma.
Okay, good evening, everybody.
Good
How
evening.
has the day been?
Fine, ma.
It's raining here, and I heard that it's about to rain over there. I hope that we have a good network throughout the session. I want to start by thanking you for the opportunity to hold this session with you this evening, and I want to especially thank your treasurer, Iyobo, for inviting me. And I pray that we all succeed as students and in every area of life in Jesus' name. So this evening we'll be looking at financial literacy, building your financial management skills. Under that, we'll be looking at about 3 particular sessions. We want to understand what financial literacy is. We want to understand what money is, and also how to manage our money. Financial literacy is simply about it's about being educated, having skills on how to manage your money. We all know that we all earn money. Everybody earns money. As small entrepreneurs, as I was told, some of you are small entrepreneurs having some side hustles, doing business. Some of you are just students. You earn some income from your parents, from your relatives. We all handle money. We all have one form of income or the other. So today we want to look at how do we manage this money. Yes, the economy is biting hard. Everything is no longer the same. Cost of fuel has increased. Cost of some items have also increased. And maybe your income is not increasing. The allowance being sent by your parents is still the same. So now I want to look at how can you get the best out of this allowance or out of this income you're making from your side also. So shall be starting with what is financial literacy. Financial literacy has so many other synonyms. At times they call it financial management, we call it financial education, we call it financial intelligence, financial education, or financial skills. They're all talking about almost the same thing. And all this we're talking about here is helping an individual to make smarter decisions and to act more responsibly with their personal finance. Some summary of financial literacy is that as an individual, how can you make better financial decisions? How can you act more responsibly with your personal finance? I said it just now that the income may not be as much as what we would need, but the outflow of money is always more than the inflow of money. So with this limited inflow of money, how then can we manage it? And that's what we need to talk about, financial literacy, how to manage our income, financial management skills. And financial literacy also involves your understanding of income, of money. You need to understand what we mean by savings, by investments. You need to know when to spend and when not to spend. You need to know how to protect your funds. You need to understand insurance. You need to understand debts. You need to understand credit management. You also need to understand how to have good investments that will produce to you higher returns on your investment. So all this understanding and skills that we need in doing this is what we know as financial literacy. It also includes budgeting, it includes debt management, it includes planning for your future. Shall quickly go into the second aspect, which is money. What is money? Oftentimes we all believe that that paper currency we hold is money. The 1,000 naira note, the 100 naira note, we believe that that is money. But I need to tell you that we are mistaken thinking that, that paper currency is money. That is not money. That is a medium of carrying money. It is a medium that has the value of the money in it. We all know that what we buy for 100 naira is different from what you buy for 1,000 naira. So when you want to buy something and the seller says it is 100 naira, the seller is saying that the value behind this object is 100 naira. Then what do? You bring out a 100 naira paper note, you give it to the person in exchange for that item you want to buy. So that tells us that number one, money is nothing but a medium of exchange. I know you all know that. We all did elementary economics and we're told that money is a medium of exchange. So the value behind what you are buying is the money. The value behind that item, that clothing, the value behind that piece of land, that laptop, that textbook, that piece of furniture, that is the money you are exchanging. It is that exchange of the furniture for paper that we call money. That exchange of the furniture or the piece of land for the paper currency, that is the money. So the money is not the paper currency. The money is the value you are getting from what you are buying using the paper currency. Also, some of us use ATM cards. Some of us use credit cards. These days, to have loans is not so easy. We have a lot of fintech giving us online loans. All those are not money. They are a medium of exchange. You exchange the money you borrowed to purchase a product or to pay for a service. Now, the product or the service, the value behind it is what you are paying for. It's not ordinarily the paper that you are using to pay. Otherwise, if our ATM cards were to be money, then nobody will be poor. If our checkbooks were to be money, then everybody will have so much money in their funds. But all those things are just mediums that carry the money. They're not the money indeed. So the money itself is that value that you're trading that paper currency, that ATM credit card, that loan for. That is what money is. So money, once again, is any medium of exchange. That is what money is. Whatever you have that you want to exchange for what you need is called money, not necessarily the paper or the cards. Another definition of money is a reward for solving a problem. You earn money when you solve a problem. We have lecturers in your school as students. What do the lecturers do? They come to your classes to teach you. They are solving a problem. They are trying to give you knowledge to replace ignorance. Let us use that word. You are all in school to learn. If you knew what you needed as a student of life science, you wouldn't be in school. But you are in school to learn, and because you are in school to learn, your lecturers are being paid to input knowledge into you. So they are solving a problem by training you. They are solving a problem by exposing you to the world of academics, to the world that the world behind afterwards when you leave school. So they are solving a problem and they are being paid for so doing. So money is a reward you get when you solve a problem. Money flows in the direction of value and in exchange for value. So the value your lecturers are being paid for is the value of the lectures that they give you. They have number of hours that they have to come to your class to teach you from one course to another. Those number of hours is the value that they are putting into you as a student of University of Benin. And that is what they are being paid for. The value you get from the service of solving a problem is what we call money. I need to tell you that the level of problem we solve in this world determines the level of money you have. So some people may look at some people that they are so rich. Oh, this person is so rich. But have you ever thought about what solution they are providing to the problems here that we have everywhere? Oftentimes what we see is the government is not doing this, the government is not doing that. We all look at the problems in our society. But do you know that as many people that are solving those problems are making money by doing so, and they are getting rewarded by their pockets getting fatter, their bank accounts getting higher. So money now is the reward you get when you solve a problem. I need to tell you that people will pay you for the problems you solve. They will pay you for every problem that you can solve. They will not pay you for just identifying the problem. What we do in Nigeria mostly is that we identify the problem. The roads are bad. There's no water in this environment. Food is costly now. There are not enough vehicles. You can go on and go on. It's a long list of problems we have in Nigeria. But as men that have come to give us a solution, they are making money. About over 2 decades ago, we didn't have the phones, didn't have the telephones. But somebody came, MTN came from South Africa and provided us with the telephone lines. And initially, it was very, very expensive to even get an MTN line. I remember I bought my own for 35,000 naira then, year 2003 or thereabouts. So 35,000 naira to get a SIM. Now a SIM is almost free. They came in with that, knowing that we had a problem of communication. They came to solve it through giving us lines and we buying phones, and then we could talk. Then it was a per minute billing. And they enjoyed that until Globalcom came to compete with them, and Globalcom gave us a per second billing. So Globalcom also came to provide a solution to the problem of telecom, which was that MTN couldn't get to everywhere, and that MTN was billing us too high. So they came with a per second billing that solved the problem of MTN's per minute billing. Many people shifted from MTN to Globalcom, and at the time, MTN too also had to change to per second billing. So there was a problem. They came to give us a solution. They added value to communication. We all bought their lines. We all bought phones. And today, almost everybody in Nigeria that is old enough to carry a phone and use a phone has a phone. Let me now ask you, what problem are you solving? You can look at it that I'm just a student, what can I do? But even as a student, you can also look inwards and look at what problem can you solve. In your campus, what problem can you solve? In your hostel, what problem can you solve? What service can you render? What products can you sell, even in the comfort of your home? You need to know that when you solve big problems, you definitely will earn big money. When you solve small problems, you will earn small money. And then, taking it to the bigger scale, when you solve national problems, you definitely earn national money. And when you can solve global problems, I tell you that you will definitely earn global money for solving global problems. So I challenge you this afternoon, don't say you're just students, become a problem solver and become a solution provider. And it is one of the best ways of earning money. Now, we're not going to the main topic of today, which is how to manage money. I said this earlier, we all make money. Is that through allowances, through relatives, small businesses, a little employment here and there? We all make money. But then how do we manage this money? That is the main thing we're going to look at this afternoon. And as students, we need to understand the following. Number one way of managing your money is to understand your expenses. What do you spend your money on? What are those cost items that take your money? Because as students, you always tell us the money is not enough, the money is not enough. But have you really checked what you are spending that money on? No matter how big or small your monthly allowance or your allowance from your parents or relatives are, what are you really spending such money on? There are three types of expenses. We have variable expenses. Variable expenses are expenses that vary, as it is called, from month to month. That means that you can incur it this month and not incur it next month. That means that you can incur it this week and not incur it next week. Examples of variable expenses are data. As students, you need to have data on your phone for you to browse, for you to do your assignments, for you to do your term papers, for you to get more information about what the lecturer has taught you in class. So you must but have data on your phone. Yes, as student, you need airtime. You need to talk to one another. You need to ask after your parents in the house. You need to have airtime on your phone. So you need to recharge your phone. Yes, as students, you need to buy food. You cannot go hungry studying. You need to buy food. You need to buy water, maybe if your school does not have good water system. You need to travel, maybe within the campus, incur transport expenses, or maybe outside the campus. Some of you may have a small generating set in case there's no light, or some of you are living outside campus. You may need to also incur more things. So these are variable expenses. That means that the amount you spend this week may differ from what you will spend next week, or the amount you spend on this item this month may differ from what you'll be spending on them next month. Another class of expenses is what we call fixed expenses. These expenses, they are fixed for a long period of time. They do not vary. Example, your house rent, your hostel fee, your school fee, your tuition fee. Those things, they don't vary all the time. Maybe your handouts, if you use handouts in your school, or if you buy textbooks, the prices are like fixed. They don't change every semester, as it were. So those are fixed expenses. Then we also have what we call periodic expenses. Those are the things, the cost items that you incur at intervals. They just come in once in a while. Maybe during holiday, during your long vacation, you want to travel on holiday, you want to go and visit some tourist sites, you want to go to some resorts. Those are periodic expenses. They don't happen all the time. So having classified the expenses into variable, fixed, and periodic, you will also need to do so, because that will help you to know what you are spending your money on. The number one challenge I want to give you is, what are you spending your money on? How do you track it? Do you know what takes the highest percentage of your income? And what you can do to know this is to track your expenses. You can write it down on a daily basis. What are you spending money on? Even to the last amount, the last 100 naira, the last 20 naira. Write it down. What are you spending that money on? On a weekly basis, what are you spending your money on? If you can painstakingly do this, by the end of the month, you will know where your money went. You know what item takes the most of your money, and you'll be able to take a decision on what to do with with that item. Are you planning on reducing the item if it is not so much of a need, or are you trying to look at how can you earn more income? So when you track your expenses by knowing where your money goes, it helps you to be responsible enough about your finances. You can say, oh, the 5% of my money goes on data, 5% goes on food, goes on transport, goes on airtime. Whatever it is, you'll be able to know by the end of the month. If you can just write the things you spend money on a daily basis, on a weekly basis for a month, then that will show you where your money is going. Number two way to manage your money is to differentiate between needs and wants. Some of us are economic students, we know what needs are and we know what wants are. Needs, we know, are of things that are of necessity, things that are like must have, things that if you don't have them, you are almost gone. You are like, you cannot really be living here. Things like hair, we all have hair that we breathe in and out. Thank God we don't have to pay for hair. So hair is a need for every human being and every living creature. But as students, as young men and men and ladies, what are those things that are needs to you? Food is a need. At least every student eats in a day, even if it is one good meal in a day. Food is a need to you. Clothing is a need. Hygiene is a need so that you will not fall sick. Safety is a need. You need to be sure that you are safe. Data to you is a need. Your books or your handouts, you must just have it. Your health is a need. And going to school, which is education, is a need. So all those things are the things that call for money, and they are the things that we must pay attention to. They must have the necessary obligations, the requirements that we need to really pay our attention to. But also we have wants. Wants, on the other hand, are those things that we would like to have. They're not as necessary as the needs. They're the things that we can forego, things that we can suspend, things that we can postpone about when we want to have them. They don't have to be a now thing. They don't have to be, if I don't get it, something else will happen to me. No, they are needs. It could be an extra dress, a beautiful pair of shoe, a nice belt, whatever it is. If it is a want, then you now need to ask yourself, do I really need this? Before you buy anything, ask yourself, is it a need or a want? We're talking about managing our money. So managing your money, before you spend that 1,000 naira, that 500 naira, ask yourself, this item, is it a need? Is it a want? Can this item wait? Is it what I can do later? Is it what I can save towards and not spend my money now? Those are the kind of questions you need to ask yourself so that you can manage that money better and achieve a lot of things with that money, no matter how big or small you think that money is. I want us to know that we shouldn't waste our money on liabilities. We shouldn't waste our money on consumables. And we shouldn't buy the things that we don't need. Especially us women, we love clothes, we love shoes, we love gold, we love jewelry, we love beautiful things. But the habit we form now as students will help us a lot when we are older. It will help us to take the right decisions about our finances. It will help us to be responsive and responsible wives that are adding value to our husbands, even later on when we get married and we start having our own children. We're able to better manage our finances then. But if you're in the habit of buying everything we see, I like this and I buy it, I want this and I buy it, then we need to check it. We need to have the financial literacy skills, which is what we're talking about today. We need to be able to have financial education skills. We need to be able to know how to manage our money, no matter how big or how small the money seems to be. So before you spend that money, ask yourself, do I need it? That item I want to buy, do I need it? Is it a need? Is it a want? Is it a liability? Is it a consumable? Is it what I just consume now and that is gone? Even ice cream, I don't know how much ice cream is, but ice cream is also no longer cheap. So you just take ice cream, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, you are done with a cup of ice cream. And at the end of the day, apart from the taste value it gives to you, that money could have been better spent. So let's check, the things we spend our money on. Some of us like going, some of us young boys just want to go to the club every Friday. Oh, it's Friday, let's go to the club. Yes, you want to go to the club, but when you get to the club, the money you are spending there, can it be better spent? The money you are spending on some consumables, some frivolities, can they be better spent? Can they have more value if that thing is suspended to another time? So let us avoid unnecessary spending. Remember that our needs are always limited. And as such, we should spend more on our needs. Our wants are unlimited. We want everything. We want everything beautiful. We want everything sparkling. We want everything that will, make us stand out among society. Remember that they are unlimited and they can never be satisfied. And as such, we should reduce our expenses on this. And then our non-essential things, they are risky. Some of them are like gambling. Gambling is a very, very risky thing to do. And it costs a lot of money from us. Some of us have bad habits that can affect our health. Drinking too much of alcohol, smoking, and some other things can affect our health. And they are non-essential things, but they're habits that some of us have brought up over time. But we can check it because each of them has a price to it. Each bottle of beer is at a cost. I look at that. How many bottles do you take per day? How many do you take in a month? Do you know how much that is? That is a lot of money. And do you know the effects of all these things on your health? So let's check on this. Let's develop better, healthy habits that will save us money, save us pain, save us trouble in our tomorrow because we are all still young. Number 3 way of managing our money is that we need to think twice before we spend. Think twice before we spend. Before you part with that money, what is the value of what you want to buy? I told you that money is not about the paper currency. Money is the value you are attracting, the value you want to add to yourself by the release of that paper currency for that item or for that service you are paying for. So think twice before you spend. Ask yourself, what is the best use of this Naira notes? Even the 100 Naira notes that seems to be the commonest, with all of us. What is the best use of it? How can you get the best thing from this small Naira note? And then when you've answered that question, you can now go ahead and exchange it for that valuable item or that service you want to pay for. Having asked yourself, so ask yourself again, that can you negotiate the price? Many of us need to develop negotiating skills. We need to be able to know how to price things in the market. Yes, we have stores. In our stores, the prices are fixed. We cannot cut them, we cannot negotiate. They are fixed prices. But not all of us go to the stores. Many of us the market, the open. Let's learn to gain a little money to our side so that we can have more money in our savings. And having negotiated, so as I said again, the money you want to put out there, once again, are you getting the best value for it? Those questions will help you a lot. Number 4 way to manage your money is to create a budget. Create a budget. What is the essence of a budget? A budget helps you to guide. It serves as a guide when you are spending. A budget is a plan on your income and your expenditure. A budget is something that you know that, okay, this month my mommy gives me 50,000 naira allowance or my daddy gives me 100,000 allowance. You know that is your income. It is somehow fixed. But then you want to know, how do I get the best of this money? That's why you need to now have a plan, have a budget. You need to write down those things that you need on a daily basis, on a weekly basis for that month. So that budget helps to guide you. Be able to know what is not necessary, be able to know what can be postponed, be able to know what you can buy at a lesser price, and to be able to give you some other financial skills that you may not even know you know. So a budget helps you in setting and achieving your financial goals. A budget also helps you to track your income and your expenditure. So don't just go to the market without a plan. No. Plan the way your lectures are planned so that they don't clash. Plan your finances as well. Have a piece of paper that you write down. If you are going to the convenience stores, write things down. Write down the things that you need. So that when you get to the store and everything is like, buy me, be able to control yourself and say, I don't need you. These are the things that I need, and that is why I have come to the store. Because if we are reckless in our spending, before you know it, that money would never be enough. And you keep borrowing or you keep demanding for more. But we need to have our financial skills now, as young people, so that later on in life, when God blesses us more, we'll be responsible financial managers. Another way to manage your money is that you should not spend everything you earn. Never spend it all. Never you spend it all. All that you earn is not to be spent. You shouldn't spend 100%. It is a wrong thing to do. Make sure that your income exceeds your expenses always. Make sure that you have something that you can save, especially for the dry seasons. People say you save for the rainy day, but I want to tell you, you prepare for the dry seasons. Have a savings culture. In motivational speaking, we tell ourselves that, okay, pay yourself 10% of whatever you earn. Just put it aside in a savings account. Allow it to grow. When it grows, you can do some investment with it. When it grows, you can do some bulk buying with it. When it grows, you can buy some little asset that you may need with it. Whenever you spend all that you earn, it is a bad thing to have a zero account that everything that comes in, you spend it. This is a very, very bad thing. So if you peradventure you don't have a savings account or you don't have a savings culture, I beg you, please let us develop this savings culture now that we are young. Let us ensure that our expenses are always lower than our income. That's how we'll not put ourselves in trouble, even when we start working. Even when we get a good job in the oil and gas sector, in the medical, in the best of hospitals, in the bank, wherever you wish to work in future, if you don't have these financial skills, the money they give you will still never be enough. But if you know that your income must exceed your expenditure, if you know that you cannot afford to spend everything you earn, and that you must save some part of everything that comes into your hand, it will help you a lot to fight against financial embarrassment, to fight against debt in future, to fight against financial burdens that could lead to health. Some adults are having high blood pressure today, all because they did not plan their finances. Some are having deeper health issues today because they were reckless in their spending. But we are all lucky that even as young students today, you have been opportune to know about financial literacy so that I can guide you on how to manage your money, no matter how small or how big that money is. Another way to manage your money is that you should reduce non-essential expenses and increase your savings. The less you spend, the more you can have to save. Let us postpone some things that are not important. We don't have to, have that competitive spirit. So it's one of us women that do that. We just want to buy so that everybody will know that I have it. But you don't need it. You don't need that designer bag. You have a lot of them in your house already. Why add another one to it? But just because your friend has it and want to show that you too can afford it, you go ahead and you buy it. You don't need it. I'm trying to tell us that the less we spend, the more we can save. All these extras, let us put it in a savings. Don't tell me about inflation. Yes, inflation is there, but we still need to save. No matter the rate of inflation, no matter the value of money, we still need to save some money. And when we have accumulated them, then we put them into good things. We put them into investment. We put them into stocks. We put them into some mutual bonds, things that can earn returns for us in our present and in our future. Another way of managing your money again is that you should achieve your financial goal with financial planning. Every one of us should have a financial goal. That at the end of a year, how much do you want to have in your savings account? At the end of a calendar year, 365 days, how much do you think you want to have? We can put it as an example. Perhaps if you put 300 naira away on a daily basis in an account, I'm telling you at the end of a year, you should be having over 100,000 naira in savings. By just denying yourself of a bottle of beer, deny yourself of a bottle of Maltina. I know Maltina is about 250 naira now or thereabout. If you reduce the number of those drinks that you take, and just put the money away in a purse or in a piggy hole, at the end of the year, you'll be surprised at how much money you will have in your piggy bank, all because you just put on healthy habits. That I will not have that sausage. I will not have that that pizza. I will not have that extra bottle of drink. Just deny yourself of some comfort today. Put away some of the money so that you can achieve your financial goal. A goal is something that you set aside to do. So if you don't have a financial goal for a year, I tell you, just go throughout the year spending money without anything to account for it. But if you say as a student, you want to save 100,000 every year, and you work towards it, you break it down per week. We have like 52 weeks in a year, and that's like 2,000 naira savings in a week, and that's roughly 400 naira savings per working day, Monday to Friday. You save 400 naira, you have 2,000 naira, and by the end of the year, you have 100,000 naira. With 100,000 naira, you can start a lot. You can start a small poultry farm, poultry farm at the back of your parents' house. You can start talking, you can start rearing fishes, you can start small businesses, you can do anything, you can go into the small, service providing with just that little amount of money. So have a financial goal. Don't just go out daily spending all that you have without planning on what you want to achieve financially for that year. And perhaps you want to travel out. You may not want to bother your parents. You want to just have a vacation. You can save towards it. From the little that they're giving, you can also save. And for people that don't even have people supporting them, you can save for your next tuition fee. You can save to buy a textbook that you need. You can save for anything and for everything. Let us just put on that savings cap and reduce our expenses. And the next point says that we should save money for life cycle needs. Life is a cycle. Life is in cycles. You are students today, you won't always be students. You're going to become corpers. You're going to join people in the labor market. Some of you are going to become entrepreneurs. You're going to have your own businesses. Then we need to start thinking about that. That at this stage of my life, how am I going to cope? Even though you don't have people that can help you go back to school, then you need to start doing a little saving so that you can go back to school, have a master's degree. Even though you want to get a job, you need to have some money as well, so that when you get a job, there are some things that demand of money even before your first salary is paid. So save money for your life cycle needs, because life is in a cycle, and each cycle has its own financial demands. Again, we want to look at managing your money. And the next point is that protect your money. It is hard earned. Protect that money that is hard earned. Don't just go about, joining every Ponzi scheme. Many Ponzi schemes have come, many of them have gone. Many people were enriched through it, many were wounded by it, many lost millions and thousands of naira. I tell you, it is not the wise thing to do. Don't let us invest our money in such schemes that are not lasting. Put your money in what you understand. Put your money in schemes that you can that are short, that you can protect, that are protected from loss. You can put your money into small businesses that you understand. And before you invest in any business, please try and understand it. Where you don't understand it, don't put your money in it. No matter how inviting it is, no matter how attractive the returns is, once you don't understand it, don't go near it. Protect your money. It is hard-earned. Protect your money. Avoid gambling. Avoid wastages. Protect that money that you are putting to have today and put it in the best use. And the last point I have here on how to manage your money is that you should learn how to use debts. Borrow only to enhance your income. Like I said earlier, it is easy for us now to borrow. We have so many online loans, and they give everybody money. They have your BVN, they have your NIN, and people just borrow recklessly. Some just borrow for frivolities, and many borrow they don't pay, and they start doing, shaming them all around, naming and shaming them. We've received a lot of text messages. This person that is owing us and all that. Why do we need to embarrass ourselves? Why must we go into debt? Why should we borrow for things that are not important? Why should we borrow just to be able to boost a lifestyle that you have not common? Why should you borrow to just put it in things that you cannot even explain how the money went? Borrowing is good, and that's why we have two kinds of debts. We have the good debt, we have the bad debt. And the good debt is nothing but a leverage. The good debt is used to create wealth. It is the money you borrow to invest in a business that are sure the yield of the business is more than the interest you'll be paying on the loan. So they are good debts, but the good debts are used to push your businesses forward, to make income, to expand your business, to do things that the money you are putting is there, and you're going to get returns on it. But the bad debts are the monies we borrow for consumables, the money we borrow to just waste, the money we borrow just we put ourselves into a lifestyle that we don't really belong to. Not like so many parents, you have a ceremony ahead of you, maybe a birthday ceremony, a wedding ceremony, and you go borrowing. You borrow a lot of money just to impress people about your party. At the end of the day, you have the party and you are ending up in debt, facing embarrassment here and there. We don't have to borrow to do wrong things. Our borrowing should be good debts that can be a leverage to us that will definitely earn us more income. So I want to wrap up by saying that bad debts is bad. It is a form of bondage, and that we should manage your debts, otherwise debt will manage you. On this note, I want to thank you so much for the opportunity given to me once again. I believe that we have all learned one thing or the other on how to manage our money. Nigeria is good. We should say positive things about our country. But no matter how the economy is, we all can still manage. We can still manage with what we have without thinking of fraudulent ways of getting more money, without thinking of things that will lead to embarrassment tomorrow. We can still manage the little money you have. So let me just quickly wrap up on those points again, just in case somebody left out one point or the other one. I told us that the main meat in today's seminar is that we should know how to manage our money. And number one way to manage your money is to understand your expenses. Understand your expenses. And the way to do that is to track it. Write them down. When you track them, you know where your money is going. And be able to understand what is taking the large portion of your money. And then Napoleon Hill wrote something, one of the books that I read. He said that, tell me how you spend your spare time and how you spend your money. And I will tell you where and what you will be in 10 years from now. That tells us that the way you spend your spare time and the way you spend your money will dictate in a large extent to who you will be and what you will be in another decades to come. Don't forget that. That was from Napoleon Hill. Number two way to manage your money is differentiate between your needs and your wants. Know what is a need to you, know what is a want. Suspend the wants, but take care of the needs. As students, your education is the need at the level. Your health is a need. Your academics is a need. Safety is a need to you. Pay attention to what are needs and suspend the extras. Number three is think twice before you spend. Number four, create a budget to guide you in your spending. Number five, do not spend more than you earn. Do not spend more than you earn. Never spend it all. Number six, reduce non-essential expenses. Increase your savings. Number seven is achieve your goal with financial planning. That means have a financial goal for every year and try and achieve it by planning your finances. Number seven, I think, save money for life cycle needs. You will not always be a student. Life changes. Save money for the next stage of life. Number eight is protect your hard-earned money. Don't do Ponzi schemes or don't invest in businesses that you don't know about. And number nine, the last but not the least, is you should learn how to use debt. Go more for good debt that will be a leverage to you that will increase your income. Don't go for the bad debts that you just want to spend on consumables or to impress the next person that is not even interested in looking at you. So I believe we've been able to add value to what we already know about financial literacy. And I don't know whether we have questions that we can answer. Once again, thank you for this opportunity. I appreciate it. And I wish you the best in your studies and your life endeavors. Thank you so much.
Hello, please, if you have any questions, you can type it on the comment section. Hello, Ma, are you done?
Yes, I'm done.
Okay. If you have any questions, just type it on the comment section. Um, thank you so much, Ma, for honoring our invitation. We are so excited and we are so glad for having you. Thank you so much, Ma. All right. Since there's no questions from anyone, um, so at this point, we shall be closing the this webinar. Like I said, thank you so much, Ma. We really appreciate. Thanks
Thank you.
for your time. Thanks for your efforts. We are grateful. Thank you so much, Ma.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate you. God bless you.
Um, and all right, thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for staying tuned. I hope we all learned one or two things. Thank you so much. So we shall call it a day. Thank you all.